I don't know. I feel like I do it in practice, so it wasn't too surprising, but it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that I have the coaching staff that allows me to take shots like that, so I'm very thankful.
And this is for both of you guys, but I'll start with Ben. Just what have you guys learned about yourself as a team through 3 games?
I feel like we've learned a lot. One thing that we learned today is that we can get comfortable, and we need to work on that because that's not going to work when we get to the Big East and with the 3 games that we have coming up. But I feel like we learned a lot about ourselves as a team, and we're here to win, and we're going to do whatever it takes to do that.
Same question for you.
I kind of say the same thing, is that once we got comfortable, I feel like once we got into rhythm, once we got energy, once we got the crowd into it, I feel like we were all just feeding off each other, just hitting threes, just swinging the ball, had really great possessions. But I feel like we also realized that we can't get stagnant in that stretch in the second half, because we know that good teams can make us pay for those mistakes. So we just got to clean those things up.
For both of you guys, you had 30 field goals, 24 assists on those field goals. How did you guys manage to move the ball so well in that?
We actually had an emphasis today on having a better assist-to-turnover ratio, and then Chicago State kind of collapsing whenever we got the ball and allowed to open it up for our shooters. And I think we kind of took advantage of that. And Coach said earlier the rim was looking a little bit wide tonight, so we took advantage of it.
Yeah, Coach actually did say that shoot around. He's like, yeah, the rim is looking a little big today. And so like he said, when they collapse in the backcourt, those cross-court passes, and then they're in a scramble, it leaves a lot of openings for the many shooters that we have. So we were able to take advantage of that.
What have you seen from the young guys? I know State got a lot of minutes in the second half. Just how do you feel like the freshmen are doing?
Very well. I don't know if y'all have noticed, but our freshmen are really, really good. They're all really good players, and they all have their own strengths and their own weaknesses. But I feel like we're all doing the best that we can to put them in the best situation for them to succeed, and I feel like they're all taking advantage of that very well.
Same question. What have you seen from the freshmen so far?
I mean, they're exceptional. I feel like they came in here. I mean, it's not easy to come into the Big East as a freshman. And so they've taken the challenge. They fight. They scrap and claw just like everyone else. They realize that no spot is secure. And it's like, I mean, I know you guys saw Jackson Keith go up for that dunk at the end of the game. I mean, that was kind of ridiculous. Like, he got up there, and that just shows how good they are and how hard they're willing to play and how hard they're willing to contribute for this team to win games.
When you talk about, that's right, you guys, when you talk about rebounding in a game like this, obviously they miss more shots than you guys did, but that contributes to defensive rebounding numbers. But up and down the roster, I mean, Mike had 11, but otherwise pretty much everyone had 1 or 2 boards tonight. Can you guys talk about just the emphasis of not just having one guy who goes and gets the rebound, just everyone being able to be in the mix and getting in there on every play?
I kind of say just having 4 or 5 guys out there who can really push the pace and handle it. I feel like if we give confidence to our bigger guys like Mike, maybe even Johan, but if we can tell them that, yo, if you get that, we're gonna run with you. It's like you can see us in transition. I feel like that gives them confidence to go get the ball and go get rebounds, because when we run in transition, I feel like we're a really hard team to stop. So.
Yeah, kind of piggybacking off what Evan said, we got 4 even 5 guys sometimes that can push the ball. And so in our offense, when you push it, you give it up, there's a really good chance you're going to get it back. So that's all the motivation in the world to get the ball and get it up.
And just with 3 wins and kind of 3 games that you control handling, just do you wish you were challenged more, or just what do these games do for you guys moving into this weekend?
I wouldn't change a thing. I love how we've competed, and our coaching staff has done a really good job of making us compete in practice still. I feel like every day is like going to war, not just today. And every game we've played has felt easy because what I've done in practice has been a million times harder. And so I wouldn't change a thing about our schedule, and we're ready for the road ahead.
I mean,
Ethan McComb was credited with his first blocked shot of his career tonight. You have a comment on that?
I think that the ref messed up. It was off him. Should be our ball.
it definitely should have been our ball.
Thanks, fellas.
All right. Good job, guys. You can rest.
No, it's just kind of the same thing as Evan. What have you learned about the team through 3 games?
I think I've learned we got a long way to go, and I had to take a time out in the second half there to kind of refocus us of trusting what we do, and sometimes these games can be hard to play, and I want us doing what we're supposed to do every single time. And this was a little bit like the game Saturday night, where you didn't run a lot of offense. I don't know if we ran a set play, to be honest with you. And sharing the ball was something that we knew was going to be very, very important going into the game. Defensively, we weren't able to adjust. We couldn't stop 24 from getting to his right hand, and we'd seen him do that. He's unbelievable at somehow, some way getting back to his right hand. But no, we got to. I think it's going to be a collective effort, and I think this team's got a shot. I really do, but we've got to keep getting better, and that's where the focus is. And fortunately for us, they get a day off tomorrow. We haven't had a day off in like 10 days with the schedule the way it's been, so they're tired. There's no doubt about that. We set Jalen in the second half just to rest him, and he got kicked in the ankle. So hopefully we have him back on Thursday, ready to go in practice.
You mentioned not having Jalen in the second half. Hopefully not a habit like it was in the offseason for you guys. But this was the first time you've actually seen, game time without Jalen as opposed to them playing in another practice. How did you see that point guard situation play out against a non-yourself opponent without Jalen?
I'll be honest. I thought it was good, just because of how they were playing with the running and jumping and the trapping and even the half-court traps. They were making those guys make decisions, and that's something not only those guys are point guards, but everybody's got to get to where we're making decisions quicker and making the right read more. You flash and there's four guys over here, so when you catch it, the ball's got to go here, and sometimes we were a little cognitive delay in terms of we catch and it's like, whew, it's got to happen as quick as it can, and that's getting the feel, and hopefully we can continue to get better at that.
And Coach, so just to follow up on Jalen, if the game was closer, he could have returned,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't expect it to linger into Saturday?
I haven't talked to him or Chad yet, but I hope not. Who knows? But yeah.
And that was the same ankle that he.
Yep.
Coach, obviously these 3 games against lower level opponents, some big wins. How do you able to take these wins and be able to prepare the team for some type of competition at that essentially?
Well, I think that's the beauty of playing Notre Dame and Indiana State, to be honest with you. And Notre Dame beat us, so I think from that standpoint, we've had some pretty good experience. I know SMU, where we go next, is a really, really, really talented basketball team, and I think they were up 10 just a second ago. But we got to keep growing them, and those are things we're talking about in these games and timeouts, and just the mental discipline to do what we're supposed to do. And I mean, we gave up under a minute a layup on underneath out of bounds, and those are the things that we've done that before. They can't happen. We keep showing it can't happen.
I'm gonna be the downer, or at least make you be a teacher. I asked this after the last game, their 32-point win. When you look back on this, what's the thing that you look at as the most teachable moment for this week that you want to see your team get better?
Well, I think it's going to be of us not doing what we were supposed to do. And just, press break, one time I looked, we had 2 guys standing in the paint trying to break the press, and that's not our press break. I talked about the reads offensively, guarding better, knowing personnel better. All the nuances of the game of basketball is what we got to keep growing on with.
Coach, Evan obviously shot the ball really well tonight, but what I've really noticed, he's talking a lot of times, between free throws, he's the guy kind of commanding the
Mm-hmm.
flow. What have you seen from him early this season, leadership-wise?
Evan's been great. Evan's got that magnetic personality, and guys love Evan, and he's really starting to understand the game more, and I love when guys are doing that, and he's got to make sure he's doing it when he's not making shots too, and which he has, and we need him to shoot the ball the way he shot it tonight, and hopefully we can continue to build on that.
Coach, just as you talked about Jalen a little bit already, but how are you feeling about the progress you're getting out of Efosa and Kevin leading into the season?
I think good. Kevin's back's still sore, and Efosa's doing more during practice. Not practicing with us. He's not close to that yet, but standing on one foot and that. So I think he's progressing. To how much longer, I don't know the answer to that yet. All right. Thanks guys.
Thanks, Eric.